I'm 84 years old, and there's something I've learned that no one warned me about. Life doesn't break you all at once. It wears you down quietly. Most people imagine regret as something dramatic, a big mistake, a single wrong decision, a moment you wish you could erase. That's not how it usually happens. Regret is built in small doses, so small you barely notice. It comes from days that feel ordinary, weeks that blur together, years that pass without asking permission. For a long time, I believed I was doing fine. Not great, not terrible, just fine. And that was the problem. I lived in the middle, not unhappy enough to change, not fulfilled enough to feel alive. I told myself this was adulthood, that wanting more was unrealistic, that contentment meant lowering expectations. So I learned how to settle. I settled into routines, into conversations that stayed on the surface, into relationships where I was present, but not fully seen. I didn't make bold mistakes. I didn't take reckless risks. I just slowly stopped choosing. Somewhere along the way, I confused stability with meaning. I remember the moment it hit me. I was standing in my kitchen, late at night, drinking a glass of water. The house was quiet. Everyone was asleep, and suddenly I felt like a guest in my own life. Everything around me existed because of choices I had made, and yet I didn't feel connected to any of it. That feeling stayed, not loudly, not urgently, just enough to remind me that something was missing. I ignored it for years. I told myself I was lucky. I had a home, a family, a respectable life. And I did. But gratitude and honesty are not the same thing. You can be grateful and still be unfulfilled. No one talks about this part, about how you can do everything right and still feel like you're watching your life from the outside. Over time, I became very good at distraction. Busy days, busy thoughts, busy plans. Anything to avoid the quiet moments where truth likes to speak, because truth is inconvenient. It asks questions we don't want to answer. Questions like, is this really how you want to spend your time? Is this who you've become, or who you settled into? When was the last time you felt deeply alive? Those questions don't demand immediate answers. They wait, and if you ignore them long enough, they don't disappear. They turn into numbness. I see it in people everywhere. They're not miserable. They're not desperate. They're just disconnected, going through motions, repeating patterns, waiting for something external to change how they feel inside. I did that for decades. waiting for the right season, the right moment, the right reason. But life doesn't announce when it's ready. It just keeps moving. And one day, you realize you've been preparing for a future that never arrives. At 84, I don't measure life by years anymore. I measure it by presence, by moments where I was truly there, not thinking about the next thing, not replaying the past, just fully engaged in what was happening. Those moments are rare when you live on autopilot. I wish I had understood sooner that comfort can be dangerous. Not because it's bad, but because it slowly convinces you that nothing needs to change. And growth doesn't happen in comfort. Growth happens when you listen to discomfort without running from it. When you stop numbing yourself with routine. When you ask yourself hard questions and sit with the answers. I used to believe courage meant doing something dramatic. Now I know courage is quieter than that. Courage is making honest choices when no one is watching. Courage is admitting when something isn't enough anymore. Courage is changing direction even when it would be easier to stay the same. There were relationships I could have deepened, passions I could have explored, conversations I could have had sooner, not to impress anyone, not to be remembered, just to feel alive while I was here. I don't look back with bitterness. I look back with clarity. And clarity changes how you speak. So if you're listening to this and something inside you feels restless, not anxious, not panicked, just quietly unsettled, pay attention. That feeling isn't your enemy. It's an invitation to stop drifting, to stop postponing yourself, to stop living as if your real life starts later. Later is a story we tell ourselves to feel safe, but safety without meaning becomes emptiness. You don't need to change everything today. You just need to stop lying to yourself about what matters. Say one honest sentence. Make one intentional choice. Be fully present in one moment. Life isn't waiting for you to be ready. It's happening now. And one day, sooner than you think, you'll look back and realize these moments were your life. Before the last day comes, don't let it pass unnoticed. You're still here, and that matters.